Direct from Foxborough, Massachusetts, the gem of Norfolk County, and taped at the studios of Foxborough Cable Access. It's Foxborough Central, and here's your host, Bob Hickey.
And welcome to another episode of Foxborough Central. You heard the man. I am Bob Hickey. I am your host, and I am so glad that you took the time to join me and my guests as we talk about the people, events, and organizations that make Foxborough truly the gem of Norfolk County. And tonight, I am honored to be joined by Chris Rappold. Chris, thank you so much for coming out to the show.
Pleasure to be here, Bob. Thank you.
So Chris is the owner of Personal Best Karate here in Foxborough and Norton, and it seems like you're everywhere now.
Yes, Easton, Norwood, and Medfield as well.
Fantastic. And in all these locations, the theme is the same. Personal Best Karate strives to do what?
We have three focuses: character education primarily, physical fitness, and self-defense skills, or personal protection skills. Now,
I first came to know Chris and the family, I'll say, at the Foxborough location in not Foxfield Plaza, in the, can't call it the Bradley's Plaza anymore. What do we call it?
Right.
We'll call it the Personal Best Karate Plaza.
Yeah, there you go.
Here on Commercial Street in Foxborough.
Right.
And my children were involved. Katie participated for a number of years and gained a lot from the process. And also we got to know the program and you and all that you're about, including every Thanksgiving we have the Turkey Brigade, the Personal Best Charities Turkey Brigade. Is that going on again this year?
It is. This is 21st year doing it.
21st year doing it. Fantastic. And how do we participate in the Personal Best Turkey Brigade?
Well, it's a lot of fun, different ways of doing that. Certainly for your viewers now, if there are any local businesses or people that would like to donate to our raffle, that's always a way that they could contribute. We have a charity run that'll be on October 18th. That's kind of our major fundraiser for the event. And
you've been in here before, and we've talked about that, so it's a continuing event, and it's always a great cause and a great time.
Right, and that's called the Turkey Trot. And then the weekend before Thanksgiving on Saturday, we packaged 3,000 baskets from 1 to 3 o'clock at St. Mary's School in Mansfield in their gymnasium. And then on Sunday, we deliver 3,000 baskets. So, anybody in the community that would like to come out and really help us, it's a wonderful way to just kind of help celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday. And the children do it and parents do it together. It's a really marvelous thing.
Well, folks, I'll, full disclosure, I first came to know Chris intimately when we were both volunteering in the very, very early days of the McGinty Family Fun Day. Back when it was just an idea and first getting kicked off the ground. You were a great friend to Cindy and the boys, and even to this day, this past year, you were there front and center. And I'm going to introduce now your assembled students who are going to give us a demonstration later on in this program. The camera will surely pick them up, but what are we going to see them do today? Because we saw them on the Common at McGinty Fun Day, and we're going to see a more intimate demonstration here. And what are we going to see?
Well, the students, they really, this is a group that I work with once a week, and anytime there is a need in the community, an event that needs either entertainment or fundraising or anything like that, this is one of the ways that we try to support the community. So you're going to see a demonstration of some kicks, some self-defense, and forms or kind of, choreographed routines that are done together. Of course, in this space, it's a little bit compromised, but I'm sure they'll still put on a good show.
It's one of the funny things. The studio is a beautiful space, and I thought it was so much bigger. And then when they came in, I saw them warming up. I thought, wow, they're going to have to really do the routines in close quarters. So my apologies up front, but I suppose these fine young adults are similar to Personal Best Karate, what the Blue Angels are to the Navy.
That's what we're striving to be, right?
Okay, very good. Wow. So let's talk a little bit on the serious side of what Personal Best Karate is all about and what these young people are learning.
Well, again, the three focuses of character education. First, physical fitness. Second, in personal protection skills. Third, and thank goodness, because of the place that we live and the beautiful communities that we come from, self-defense is important, and I think everybody has that right to walk around and have that feeling that they can protect themselves, and God forbid anything happened, we want them to be able to do so. But really from inception, we wanted people to be able to derive a lot more benefit than just purely that physical confrontation and being able to handle that. So personal best is really, it's really about a lifestyle. It's about a lifestyle based on self-discipline and really just actualizing your potential. And at the school, we start children as young as 4 years old, and we have people, our oldest black belt graduated at, I want to say 75 years old. So,
75 years young.
He's 75 years young, so we really cover the gamut, and everybody comes to us with a different kind of want and desire, and so it's really our responsibility. We sit down with them, find out what it is that they want, and try to show them that success through the program. So everybody comes to us for different reasons, but the program is broad-based enough that we're really able to show some nice benefits.
Okay, and of course I'm here with Chris Rapold, who's the owner of Personal Best Karate here in Foxborough, Norton, and other locations. If you want to learn more about Personal Best, you can look them up on the internet at www.personalbestkarate.com. You can also call them here in Foxborough at 508-543-1858. And in this day and age, of course, you can friend them on Facebook. In fact, that's how I got a hold of Chris as we were working out to come to the studio. And he's one of those great guys that always returns his instant messages almost before I finish typing them. So if you become his friend on Facebook, that's how you can also get a hold of him. So a super easy guy to get a hold of, super for the community, and one of those community leaders that seems to gravitate towards a need, and I'm so glad that you came out here tonight to share with us some of the skills of your students and some of the message of Personal Best Karate. So before we get to the demonstration, which I'm very much looking forward to, and I'm sure everybody is, what if I was newly moved to town, or what if I'm old moved to town, and I want to get involved with Personal Best? What do I have to do? What do I need to do?
Yeah, it's I think call the school the way that we bring people into the program, because martial arts is, it's a bit of a blind item, so much, like other, I'm sure other activities, dance, gymnastics, etc. Everything is so dependent upon the person that's delivering the, the curriculum, that really the best way to find out is come in. We always have some variation of an introductory lesson, which is it's a private lesson experience, so that you can come in the school, you can watch classes in session, you can maybe talk to some students, and you can work one-on-one with an instructor to really find out if it's something that really fits with what you're looking for. And that, by and large, I think is the best way. You can say all you want about how good the school is, but really, ultimately, it's, does it fit with what you want? And, so if somebody was interested in, for themselves, for a family member or a friend, that's probably the best way.
And that's a great message, because speaking as a parent, we go through always trying to identify the best activities and the best path for our children.
Right.
And it's great to know that it's it's not a hard sell. It's really an opportunity. And that's the way my family took it. And I have to tell you, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but it was a wonderful experience. And my daughter, Katie, who's now a very confident young lady in college, but
good parenting.
Well, I will say that she was exposed, and I think she picked up a little bit from every experience along the way. So we'll call it a collaborative effort, shall we?
Yeah, there you go. It's wonderful. We just I was sharing with my staff. I received an email, instant message, and it was from a student that I probably haven't seen in 20+ years, and. This boy, when he trained with me, he graduated to his black belt maybe at 11 years old, and his family was under a degree of stress in a variety of different ways, and we lost contact, and I always kind of wondered, what had happened to him, and I had thought of him, over the years, and he actually reached out to me and just sent me the most beautiful message about how he still applies the lessons today that he learned at the school, and I was just so flattered by it. So, it's I'm very proud of that, and that's one example that's just more recent, within the past week or so. But over the years of doing this now, I have students that I think have gone to every Ivy League college in America. I have students that are doing mission work in India, and all sorts of things, and it's just so gratifying to see them come back and visit, or to share, the effect that the positive effect the program had on them.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that people are still staying in touch, and obviously you've been an influential piece of their lives. So it's always nice that you never know who you're going to reach when you do touch a lot of people.
For sure, for sure.
Now, what I'd like to do now, if it's all right with you,
Yes.
Chris, I would like to
Yes, Bob.
allow us to see the demonstration by the Personal Best drill team?
Personal Best Demonstration Team.
Personal Best Demonstration Team. So we're going to take pause now and watch as Conrad, Sam, Erica, Victoria, Sydney, Eric, Adam, Elizabeth Moen, who is our adult leader here at the Foxborough studio, Abby, Matthew, and Hannah, as they give us the best demonstration we're going to see from the Personal Best Demonstration Team.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chris, for bringing them to us. Let's watch.
Thank you.
Demo team ready?
That was a wonderful demonstration by the Personal Best Demonstration Team. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. In fact, I enjoyed it so much I asked a couple of our I'll call them student athletes, to sit at the table with us and talk to us about Personal Best Karate, what it means to them, and why they participate. First of all, thank you so much for joining me, Sydney TEN-EYCK and Hannah Chapman. And of course, Christopher Pold, who is the owner and what else do we call you out of Personal Best? Head sensei?
Instructor, master instructor.
Okay.
I have a lot of titles, probably like you, right?
Well, I just call you my friend Chris. So
There you
that's,
go.
that's what's going to work for me
That's
today.
good enough for me.
So I'm going to talk to my new friend Sydney. Sydney, how are you doing today?
I'm well, how are you?
Fine. Thank you very much for the demonstration. It was great to see the coordination, and particularly in these tight quarters. And I saw your friend Hannah here almost hit my rug a little bit. So, and you did too. You were masterful as you went over it. So good job, everybody.
Thank you.
So let's start off with the basics. Your name, your age, the school you go to, and the school you go to.
I'm Sydney TEN-EYCK. I am 12 years old. I go to Qualters Middle School, in Mansfield.
In Mansfield?
Yep. And the personal best karate I go to is in Foxborough.
Okay, so you're at the Foxborough School, and how long have you been going to personal best karate here in Foxborough?
About 8 years.
About 8 years. And how did you end up on the elite team like this?
My older brother Jake, who couldn't make it today, is in this, and he was here the first day it's ever started. So
really,
I came to multiple practices, and one day.
You said you could do it better than Jake, or you just were inspired?
Well, yeah.
So Sydney is one of my new favorites here at the Personal Best Karate, and the reason is that she always knows more to talk about than I do. So I'm just holding the seat warm until she comes of age and is ready to take over this chair. So when that happens, I hope you enjoy watching Foxborough Central with Sydney Van Eyck. But until that happens, I'm going to continue doing this. So how did you learn about personal best? How did you end up joining?
Again.
You must have been 3 years old, right?
About.
Okay.
So my two older brothers, Jake and Calvin, they both were doing it, and I was watching for a long time, and I had the choice to do ballet or karate.
Both are very strenuous and athletic endeavors.
I said karate because it looks so fun, and my brothers just both loved it. So.
Okay. And you still love it?
I do.
Today?
I do.
Very good. And so why do you continue taking karate? Don't you know everything by now?
No, I don't. You can still learn more. It keeps me fit. It's a lot of fun. They're basically my second family. It focuses a lot on discipline and a lot of lessons and fitness, and it's a lot of fun for me because my entire family does it, and I love doing it.
Great, so it's a family affair. That's wonderful. So just curious, do you do anything outside of karate and going to school? And
I do theater.
Really?
I'm really interested in doing that.
I told you she was ready for this chair. See, I can spot these things. Well, it's been very nice talking to you. Do you have anything you'd like to share in front of Chris for all the world to know? Mr. Rappold, I'm sorry.
I love doing it. I love everybody that's working with me during it, at the schools and everywhere.
A wonderful message. Thank you so much for sharing. And Hannah, I'm happy
Hi.
to meet you also. Give us name, not address, name, school, and age.
I'm Hannah Chapman. I'm 14 years old. I go to Taunton High School, and the personal best karate school that I go to is the one in Norton.
Okay. And how long have you been a student of personal best?
I've been a student of personal best since I was 3.5 for about 11 years now.
Wow. So you both started when you were very young. I'm going to go off script because I'm the host and I'm allowed to do that. Mr. Rappold, tell me what sort of participation at such a young age is there? And I'm curious because seeing them grow up and knowing that they watched that. Do you have older siblings in the program also? So going to the program and getting interested and excited and enthusiastic about it at such an early age. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think in both cases, right, it was like a family affair. They were at that very young, influential stage, and they both had siblings that were doing it and watched on the sidelines and probably wanted to go out onto the mat and do what they saw their siblings do. And when they finally got of age where they had the opportunity to do that, they took advantage of it, and it couldn't be more proud.
Fantastic. So Hannah, why do you still do it?
I still do it because it's great exercise. I have so many friends who have kept me going through all of the years that I've been doing it. I'm currently a second-degree black belt, so it's a lot of training and a lot of hard work, and it's not just physical, it's also mental. And I've had a lot of people help me. It wasn't just a one-person job, it was all of us. It's a great time. We have everybody there helping along. It's not just your instructor, it's everybody, your classmates and everybody else. So
I'm going to ask about the mental piece aspect of it because I don't think we've touched on that. That with discipline, it's more of a mental exercise. And I'll harken back to the beginning of the program where I laughingly asked, how long can everybody stand at the ready attention position? And you said an hour, and I laughed, and everybody nodded. Oh yeah, no, we can do an hour. And actually, I think you said 24 hours or something.
All right.
So talked about the mental aspect of it.
the mental aspect is more, you need to know when it's okay to ask questions and be out, just speak. You need to know when you're ready to speak and when you need to step back. And you also need to know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. You need to know that if you want to do this amazing kick that you see one of your friends do, all you need to do is practice, and you need to put your mind to it. The 3-mile run that we have to do to get our black belt is definitely a challenge for those who don't run, because I'm a swimmer. I don't run whatsoever, I swim. So it was a challenge for me to get over that 3-mile run, and it was so mental, where everybody was telling me that I needed to keep pushing through and I needed to keep going no matter whatever my mind was telling me to do. You had to jump over that barrier and keep going. So it's definitely a mental struggle, but we can all get through it, all the black belts and even the underbelts who are going for their black belts right now.
Okay. And you're a secondary black belt?
Yes.
And you are?
A secondary black belt.
Very good. And you, I had asked you, and I'm going to ask you, so I don't know where people find the time to do all these things, but you swim, and what else do you do?
I swim and I play a various amount of instruments, and I sing, and on the sidelines, well, I do 2 swim teams for Taunton High as well, so that takes up a lot of time.
And that also requires discipline, does it not, to manage your schedule that way?
Does, sir.
And get all the homework done?
Yes.
So I would dare say that you're probably both good students?
Yes, sir.
All right. Chris, a lot to be proud of here.
For sure. I know they're good, certainly good girls and good students.
So if I have, am I too old to get involved?
No,
No?
not at all.
What is the youngest age that folks can get involved?
You know, these girls, they got involved at 3 years old. When somebody's somewhere, I guess the time to get involved is when the interest is there. So if 3 or 4 years old, or like I talked about earlier, one of our gentlemen joined over 70 years old.
Yes.
And successfully went through our program and graduated to his black belt. So if the interest is there and the desire, if somebody's really wants it, we can adapt the program and make it work for them.
I'm going to give you the last word, Chris. Before we do that, I'm going to remind everybody I'm here with Chris Appold, as well as my 2 new friends, Sydney Van Eyck and Hannah Chapman, here with the Personal Best Karate School here in Foxborough and other locations. The number to get a hold of them is 508-543-1858, and you heard it from Master Appold. You can essentially join right out of the womb, and you can stay until you're about 98 or so. So, the opportunity is there, and if you have an interest or want to find out if you have an interest, you can always look them up online at www.personalbestkarate.com. And also, when you want to participate in your community, it's time to get out for the turkey trot. This and every year in October they do the run, and then they have the donations that are always accepted to help fund the 3,000 Thanksgiving baskets that are put together at the Mansfield St. Mary's Church. So that's quite an undertaking. Do you participate in that also?
Yes, yes, sir.
I probably shouldn't have even asked, because I knew it was, you both look like you're very involved. So thank you very much, Sydney, for coming out and joining us today. Hannah, thank you to the rest of the Personal Best Karate demonstration team for the wonderful demonstration, and of course, Master Appold, I give it to you for the last word.
And did you have a question for that last word, or?
Well, I do. If there was something that I wanted to know as to what is the one message you want me as a prospective student coming to you, why would I want to join? What would be the one thing you'd want me to leave?
Well, like I said, everybody joins for different reasons, but Personal Best, in its truest form, is really an exploration of somebody's potential. So if somebody wants to grow that potential in the area of physical fitness or confidence, a more disciplined life, I think it's worth the investment of time, effort, and energy to at least come down and check us out, watch a class, meet some wonderful students like these 2 here, and see if maybe there's a match.
Very good. Thank you very much, Chris Appold with Personal Best Karate. I'm Bob Hickey, your host, and I want to thank you for taking the time to join us today as we watch the Personal Best demonstration team give a wonderful demonstration. Of course, if you missed this episode or you want to see it again, always feel free to log on to www.fcatv.org. Click on the videos link and videos on demand, and look for Foxborough Central for this and all the other episodes. On behalf of the volunteers here at Foxborough Cable Access, Paul Beck behind the glass, Betty Travers behind the camera, Jillian Larson, who makes all the editing magic come together, I'm Bob Hickey, your host, thanking you for joining us. Take care, Foxborough.